Hey there guys, welcome to Arsenal Fan TV. This is the preview for Liverpool versus Arsenal this Wednesday night, Klopp versus Wenger, which should make for an incredibly exciting game. Of course, we've got a really familiar relationship with Jurgen Klopp. We've come up against his Borussia Dortmund side many a time in the past, but when he's been in charge of Liverpool so far this season, has been relatively inconsistent for the most part. Don't get me wrong, they do play some incredibly exciting football. They've had some really emphatic victories so far this season against like Southampton and Manchester City most notably, but they haven't really been convincing so far under Jurgen Klopp. In fact, if you look at his record when compared to Brendan Rodgers, they've actually got a very similar statistical record. So that really does show that Klopp hasn't had the desired impact at Liverpool Football Club that I think so many were expecting of him. Of course, it will take time. I do think he's the right man for Liverpool. He does seem to be adopting a more exciting passage of play, and he hasn't really been helped by the amount of injuries that Liverpool have sustained so far this season. They are absolutely down to the bare bones. In fact, they're worse off than us in terms of injuries. So going into this game, I'd hope we'd take advantage of that and hopefully get the win in this game, especially with the likes of Stoke City and Chelsea on the horizon, which really won't be easy fixtures, especially that one against Stoke City. That's the one that I'm looking at, which will be a very difficult game for us. Ideally, out of these next three games, Liverpool, Stoke and Chelsea, I think we've got to be aiming for 7 points out of 9, starting off with a win here at Anfield. So, I mean, albeit they have got so many injuries in their side, I still don't think it's going to be an easy game for us. We know how Klopp likes to play, high-intensity pressing play right from the get-go, and they've still got some attacking players in their side that can cause us problems, most notably Christian Benteke, but a little bit deeper in the midfield, the likes of Adam Lallana have caused us problems in the past, especially when we played Liverpool last season in the 2-2 draw. He seemed to run the midfield throughout the course of that game, along with Philippe Coutinho, but thankfully Coutinho, who does seem to be the catalyst in this Liverpool side, is going to be absent from the game. Their defence is really shaky at this moment, and we have seen they have recently brought in Steven Corker on loan from QPR, which really does show quite how desperate Liverpool are at this moment in time. In fact, he could feature in the game tomorrow night. As well as that, they have got Kolo Touré, who could feature in the game. In fact, he probably will feature in the game. Certainly think he can be exposed in this match. I would quite like to see Theo Walcott start this match in the centre forward role and possibly drop Olivier Giroud to the bench and use him as more of an impact sub. My reasoning being for that is Walcott seems to have more of a potential to unlock a shaky Liverpool defence. Giroud's been rather unconvincing in recent weeks for me. He did get the goal against Sunderland, but apart from that, has looked a little bit disinterested in games. I do think he needs to know that his place in that centre forward role isn't necessarily guaranteed, and he has looked really good when coming off the bench for us at times this season. So for me, I'd start Walcott up top and give Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain continued run out in the team. I thought he played really well in the game against Sunderland, and in the game against Liverpool, a massive game, really does have a chance to show his worth in this match. I'd play him on the wing with our Aaron Ramsey coming back into that central midfield role. So my team in full will be Petr Cech in goal, Hector Bellerin at right back, Laurent Koscielny, Per Mertesacker, Nacho Monreal, Matthew Flamini, Aaron Ramsey, Joel Campbell, Mesut Ozil, Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain and Theo Walcott up top. My reasoning for bringing Per Mertesacker back into the side is because in that game against Sunderland at the weekend, I do feel we missed somewhat of an authority figure, and Mertesacker certainly is that man for me. Of course, he's our vice-captain, and in this game against Liverpool, we are going to need leaders there on the pitch, especially at a tough trip away at Anfield. So I'd have no doubts in bringing Per Mertesacker back into the side, although I do really want to see that Koscielny and Gabriel partnership blossom at some point. But for me, the safer option would be to play Mertesacker in this game away from home in a very high-intensity game. But get your thoughts on this game in the comments box below. What's your score prediction going to be? I'm going to go for a 2-1 win to the Arsenal. Should be a very tough match, but I think we'll come out on top, and it's important that we get the 3 points in this game with even more difficult games on the horizon. But let's not underestimate Liverpool under Jurgen Klopp. They are going to be a massive threat, and this will be a difficult game. But like I say, get your score predictions in the comments box below, as well as that, get your team likes in the comments box below. Let me know your thoughts on the game. Subscribe to Arsenal Fan TV if you're new to the channel. Like the video if you've enjoyed it, and as always, I'll be speaking to you very soon.
A little bit better than my seat, I will admit. Now you see, for me, this is, for me, one of the highlights of the tour. You see this? This is a gold Premier League trophy.